Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to 5 a.m. Wake and Breakthrough, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Naketa Thigpen, Women's Executive Balance Advisor, and I scope about all things increasing focus, infusing balance, and all the barriers that are preventing you from being able to do that. This morning is part 5. Can you believe it? It's been 5 days. Good morning, Julia. It's part 5 of your Reality Life series. For those of you who were on yesterday live or during the replay, whether it was the Periscope version of the replay or you didn't watch it on YouTube because my husband thankfully edited out the end of it for me. Did y'all see that craziness? For whatever reason, my battery was like acting stupid on my phone and I couldn't turn it off. It was hilarious. I think I was on Periscope for like an extra 7 minutes just trying to turn it off. So everyone, hey Julia, the Breathe Room, Instagram, people were text messaging me like, you were so hilarious. I had to watch it 3 times just to see your face. That was making fun of me. Good morning, Joyce. Welcome, welcome. I was talking about how everybody was making fun of me yesterday because I couldn't turn off the Periscope. That was hilarious. So I figured it out. I couldn't figure out why it's been acting up the last couple days, actually. I was like, does my phone not want to be up at 5 a.m.? What is the problem? And I realized it's my battery. So y'all might have to bear with me for the next couple days. I put it on Amazon this morning. So we'll see the next 2-3 days when it gets here if replacing the battery fix it. It's special spice. So that was my yesterday. And then after I work, you said you have audio issues, but you're on. Can you hear us at all? Can you hear me? Julia, let me know if you can hear me. You might have to come out and go back in. Sometimes that happens every once in a while. When I'm on other people's Periscopes, I see them suggesting that. So try that. Okay, good. Thank you, Joyce. Julia, try to just log out and log back in. You won't miss more than probably a couple seconds. I'm going to get started in like 30 seconds. I just want to welcome everyone who's joining. If this is your first time, feel free to introduce yourself, either first name, nickname, where you're from. Doesn't matter. We definitely want you to engage. If you're at home on the desktop, you won't be able to give me hearts and love. I see lots of pink and purple and blue this morning. Thank you so much. It definitely sends me energy. So everyone on your mobile, you can definitely tap up your screen live and replay to do so. And I do watch the replay. I do go back to look at that so I can go back and follow people because I definitely want to follow other scopers and even people who I know are preparing and getting ready to scope in the next couple months. I'm already following you, so you already have followers early. Everyone, welcome. We're going to jump right in. This is part 5. Thank you for sharing, Joyce. Thank you. That's awesome. This is part 5 of your Reality Life series. So you guys know that we went through the whole week. This theme was very serious about your life and scripting it out and making sure that you get your life right so your business can be better, whether you are creating one, starting one, already established one, or you are in business as a professional. We want to make sure that whatever you are about in your business as a person who lives on this earth and most likely is performing some kind of duty that's impacting the world through ministry, through work, through entrepreneurship, whatever it is, that you have it all together and you can show up as your best self. That's why I want you to script your reality the way you're supposed to, the way you were meant to, the way you were designed to. This whole week, we went through dreaming, drafting, casting calls, callbacks. Today, I have to ask you, are you directing your reality series? You weren't ready for that, were you? It's about to get deep in like 3 minutes. Count it down. 3 minutes. We're about to flip it around. You're not even going to know where I'm going with it. It's going to be awesome. So I was sitting having a conversation. I don't know. It was maybe within the last couple of weeks. And then it was a replay of that with my husband the other day. I interrupt his flow since we work together, and I'll stop and pause him and be like, listen to me. I have a question, a thought, an idea. Hear me out. Give me 10 minutes. And it doesn't matter what he's on. I just pause him. It's just my thing. I have to get it out, and he has to work with me and do it, and he does. And we were talking about just the difference between people directing what's going on in their life, like actually pulling together. Obviously, you put together the casting call. You've done all these things. But then you got to get behind the camera and get in it and help people understand where they play their position in your life. what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. Hello, people. 5 a.m. Wake up. It's all about your boundaries. What are your boundaries with people? That's what directors do. They give people direction and let them know what they can do and what they cannot do or will not do in their space. In this case, on their stage. In your case, in your life. You're not telling people how to show up. You're just letting them know the way you show up will only be accepted in this way or that way. You will not show up in my life giving me all of your baggage, all of your emotional drama, all of your nonsense, and leave it on the doorstep and not help me help you. You can't show up that way. That's not how I work. I'm really clear. I only work with motivated people, right? I don't mind giving you tips, tools, and techniques. Everybody had to do it. I had to get it from somewhere, but I won't be doing all the heavy work and all the heavy lifting, and you'll be sitting there waiting for me to fix it. That's not how that works. So I give really clear boundaries in how you get to show up in my life. And it doesn't matter if you are a friend, if you are a sister, if you are my husband, if you are my child, or you are my client. It doesn't matter. You get boundaries. I have a client who tells me all the time, if she calls, it doesn't matter what time she calls. It can be before 8 a.m. It could be after 8 p.m. And of course, I don't answer the phone. Those are not my working hours. And she'll say, if I answer whatever, it was 9 o'clock and she thought it was earlier, she'll say, I didn't expect you to answer. I was going to leave a message because I know how you are about your boundaries. Teach people how to treat you. They'll understand, they'll respect it. They're not offended. The people who are offended know really early that it's not your issue, it's their issue. They're offended because they've never had anyone direct them that way in their life. They don't necessarily get that from people. It's always a let's fill it out. And people will say it all the time. Well, we'll see how this goes organically. I use that term as well within my boundaries. Like, we'll be real organic within the boundaries. For anybody who's ever planted like a tomato tree or a peach tree or a lemon tree, or for all of you who are horticultural and have a green thumb, I don't. I have a horrible I just kill everything. The only thing I haven't killed is my sister's bamboo plant that she gave me, but people say you can't, so we'll see about that. Hopefully it doesn't. But when you do that, you have to make sure that tomato plant, especially, you put it in, you nurture it, you grow it, you do everything you're supposed to, but you have to put a little wire gate around it to make sure that you can kind of control how it grows so it doesn't take over your whole garden. You want it to flourish. You want it to be beautiful, for the tomatoes to be ripe, for the leaves to be plentiful. You want it to do all that, but you also want it to be in a certain area so that it just doesn't take over everything. You don't want that man, that woman, that friend, that child, that parent, that coworker, those clients, as much as you want them to be wonderful and abundant and loving and giving in your life in whichever way they're supposed to, you don't want it to take over your life. You don't want to be on call 24/7 for anyone. That's not your role. Even if you are a physician or someone who works those kind of hours, you only want to be on call 24/7, so to speak, just as an example, within that time that you are allotted for those 3 days or those 2 days or that every other day. You don't want that to be the rest of your life. So you have to be really clear about your boundaries with that. I will sign up for these days. I am willing to go into overtime for this situation. If it's urgent, if it's emergent, if it's situational, I am more than willing to be flexible and to give you that extra, but it's only an exception. It is not the rule. A good director will be really clear. I will jump on the stage with you and show you how to perform this thing out so I get the best out of you and you can give me the best of yourself. But I'm not going to stand here the entire show and do it with you. There's a boundary around it. So you have to be really mindful about directing. Or are you letting someone else direct your play, your show, your reality series, and you're sitting in the audience watching it happen? Don't be mad at me, people. I see the heart slowing down. We're not doing that. Heart it up. Give me some love, some energy. I want to know that it's happening. That's right, Joyce. Ouch. I'm first partaker. I've been there, done that, and wore a t-shirt and a cap about it. That's why I can mention it in any direction. It is very serious. You could be easily sitting there like, oh, my husband is the head of my household and he leads it. I had someone say that to me at a permission to pause. retreat that I did last January. I do them quarterly in different cities. And one of the ones that I did, we were doing vision boards. I call them power boards because we use powerful words and affirmations that, show up on our visual so we can remind ourselves of it. And I said, well, what, you're stuck. What's the problem? Why are you having? She was like, I don't have a vision. My husband is the head of my household and he holds our vision for us. I said, what? That's not the God I serve. I don't know anything about that. God gives you a vision, just like he gives him a vision if you are a woman. That's how he does it, and he aligns the two of you together. He doesn't say, woman, have no thoughts, have no idea, and I'm giving it all to him and you just follow, because you don't know if he's following who he's supposed to. Don't take me there. That's a whole nother scope, a whole nother conversation. He will align you. He gave you a mind for a reason. He made you an individual so you can be a stronger helpmeet in that relationship, not to be passive and to follow. So you have a vision. You're not supposed to just let someone direct you all over the place. I will submit myself to my husband and say, husband, are you in agreement with this? No, let's have a conversation about where we disagree so we can get on one accord about it. And there will be things where I will have to fall back or step up in, but best believe there is no directorship from my husband for me, just like I don't direct him. We help each other see the road a little bit clearer, and when we can't, we pull in our circle. We make sure we call Mama Vibe, we call my sister, we call our ministers, we do what we need to do to get in alignment if something is failing, but we are not directing each other. We direct our own. I want to flip this around on you real quick before we end. So you are your director of your series, but who's your producer? Do you know the difference? Your producer, if you watch any show, any TV show, any movie, if you look at the Oscars, guess who wins the award for best movie, best script, all that? It's not the director. It's the producer. The producer gets all the glory. So you have to really look at who your producer is. My producer is the Holy Spirit. Who's your producer? The producer carries all the responsibility. The director does a lot of the work. Faith without work is dead. But the producer's putting up the money, holding all the responsibility of making sure the business and logistics is handled. All the worry of how things are going to happen and run lays on the end and the responsibility of the producer. That's why the producer gets the glory at the Oscars. The director has a special award that they'll do, but it's nothing like what the producer gets. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be walking through your life worried. That's not how it happens. You're supposed to put your feet to your faith and move through and lean on your producer to guide you in any of your stuck places, to act in advance so you don't get caught up. You're supposed to make sure you're on one accord with your producer. Let him carry everything that he needs to carry for you, and you just do what you're supposed to do. If you're not sure when you're doing that casting call, if you're lining things up, you check in with your producer. Here are the people that are surfacing. They're showing up in my life. Are they supposed to be there, producer? Just saying. Checking over my shoulder. Holy Spirit. Was Trudy supposed to be here? Was Viviani supposed to be here? Was Cardine supposed to be here? Is that supposed to be my husband? Let me be really clear. Let me check this out, because otherwise I don't want to waste my time giving energy to someone who's only there to snatch everything that I have. That doesn't mean people won't be there for reasons for you to give to them or help them, or they're there to help you. But be really clear about what your reasons are, which goes back a couple days to the casting call and why you're selecting certain people, right? I know. I flipped it around. Y'all wasn't expecting that. I love it. That wasn't for me. I can't take any kind of congratulations. Naketa, you just did that. I feel really good about it, but that wasn't mine. My producer gave that to me. So I hope you receive that message and you take it with you to use it to break through all the barriers of your day, that it sets the tone for your day this Friday, and you have an abundant, loving, prosperous weekend in your relationships, in your finances, in your contacts and connections, how you impact people and how you engage this weekend. Let it be a wonderful word to your spirit, and I hope that you revisit how you're showing up and directing your life and checking in with your producer. I want you all to enjoy the balance of your day. Have an amazing weekend. Don't make it a good weekend. Don't be glad that it's Friday. Have an incredible time loving on you and receiving everything you're supposed to have this weekend. I am excited. Thank you, Trudy True. I am looking forward to Monday morning, 5 a.m. and we are just going to have an amazing time. It just gets better and better from here. I know sometimes I'm a little hard, but I'm just giving you what I got and I'm giving you what I'm receiving, and I know that it's there for a reason. So take it with you and enjoy your day. Thank you, Joyce. I'm glad you were excited. Now let me see if I can turn this thing off this morning. Pray for me, y'all. Send me energy, but also say, Naketa, stop the broadcast on time. Make it in on time. I'll see you at 5 a.m. I will also see some of you in the Breathe Room, Instagram, Twitter, direct message, doesn't matter. You know I'm there. You know it's me. Respond in real time. And I will also see some of your comments after you subscribe, like, and share the Balance Beam podcast. Why can't I talk? Make sure you go over to the Thick Pro Media YouTube channel. It's right, the link is in my profile. And make sure you're watching those amazing conversations with real people, industry experts who are sharing their story about how they balance, how they failed at it, how they thrive at it, and how they're continuing to be humans on the go. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Enjoy your day.